Planet Earth is under siege by evil sea gods from another planet, and only the Justice League can stop them. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of Justice League Aquaman Drowned Earth Special Issue number 1 and find out for ourselves, shall we? So, this issue actually opens up with a flashback to the day that Arthur Curry's mother left him to return to the sea. Gotta say, this is pretty cool. We don't see this moment realized in comics all that often. Atlanta doesn't want to abandon her surface family, but she says that the call of the sea is far too powerful and it's only a matter of time before Arthur hears it too. Now, in the present, Aquaman is still the prisoner of the Triumvirate, the evil sea gods who have drowned the entirety of Earth, turning its populace into horrible sea monsters. Aquaman tries to speak to the sea creatures, but even his telepathy is kind of garbled in whatever space accent these fish people have. They are keeping Aquaman alive for the time being, at least. There's still stuff they need out of him, and you just know that's not good. Now, over in Gotham City, the heroes are doing everything they can to try and evacuate everyone to higher ground. Gordon thinks the Appalachian Mountains will be a good bit to try and ride out the flood. Then he ends up getting knocked into the water and turned into a fish monster too. He would have killed Batman too, but Batman isn't actually there. All of his bones are still broken from the last fight with the Legion of Doom, and he's pretty much running the back end via his computer. Miss Martian shows up, and actually this is the first time I think I've talked about Miss Martian on my channel. She wants to help Batman out as well as protect the Totality research facility inside the League Hall. Surprisingly, of all the Leaguers, it's actually Flash who's able to deal with this situation better than anyone else. He's a super speedster, which means he can run on water, just like Jesus. Hey, do you think Jesus had the Speed Force? I mean, it's heavily implied that the Phantom Stranger is actually Judas, so I don't think this is too far out an idea. Now, it's not just the surface dwellers who are coming under attack by the Triumvirate and their fish monsters. Atlantis is in their sights as well. Ruling Queen Mera does everything she can to push them back, but it seems even Atlanteans who get touched by this crazy water end up transforming too. It's only Mera's aquakinesis that's able to keep it off her. In her desperation, Queen Mera ends up turning to the last person she thought she would, that being Orm the Ocean Master, Aquaman's evil half-brother and kind of complicated villain in his own right. Heck, Ocean Master is willing to save the day if only so he can rub his brother's nose in it once it's all done. And speaking of Aquaman foes, there's the matter of Black Manta. You see, him and the Legion of Doom have struck an agreement with the Triumvirate. They get to drown all of Earth if Luthor and his guys get what they want. And what do they want? Well, a couple things. For one, Manta wants Aquaman's amazing powers and connection to the sea, something that the evil sea gods are able to give him. Black Manta opines that Arthur had such truly amazing power inside of him, but that he only ever used it to talk to fish, and that the true spirit of such oceanic god powers are that of fear. Now, over with Superman, he's had just about enough of all these crazy alien ships and decides to go full force to try and knock them down. However, as the Man of Steel quickly discovers, it's not in the sky he should be concerning himself with, it's what dwells below. Mainly those crazy Kraken things from the last Justice League issue. They're called the Flood, insert your own Halo joke here. And they're the main reason the water won't stop and that people keep turning into horrible fish creatures. Superman and Flash do everything in their power to try and fight them and their masters off. The only problem is it's hard to win a fight when you're trying not to get soaked at the same time. The Ocean Master thinks he may very well have an ace up his sleeve in this situation, and that is an item called the Tear of Extinction, an incredibly powerful artifact belonging to Orion, Atlantis' first hero. Orion used it to defeat the Triumvirate back in the day, and Orm hopes they can use it again. This item is also almost certainly the thing that the Legion of Doom is after. Ocean Master doesn't make it, though. He covers Mera's escape before he too is eventually turned into a fish monster. So yeah, for those keeping track at home, everything is bad, everyone is screwed, all the heroes are either beaten or imprisoned, and it looks like Earth's best bet for victory in this situation is the one hero who managed to escape, Wonder Woman. And so that's Justice League Aquaman the Drowned Earth Special number 1, everybody, and overall I enjoyed this issue. They certainly build up the stakes pretty huge. Even if I also feel this issue was predominantly a lot of setup and a lot of reiterating information that was told in the other prelude titles. Snyder definitely does a good job putting over just how powerful and how important Aquaman really is to the DC universe and how he has a whole lot of potential that we haven't even really seen yet. He also tries to give the villains some depths too. The Triumvirate could very easily have been just your standard evil alien invaders, but here we're reminded that they can no longer go home to their planets because they've been trapped on Earth for so long. Overall, I think I feel comfortable giving this one another 8 out of 10. Enjoyable, excited to see where it goes. Be sure to keep your eyes peeled to the channel because I'm going to be covering the tie-ins too.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel, and I want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out some of these other videos I have available from the channel. Then you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Cape Joel, so you're always up to speed on what I'm doing next. And hey, if you're feeling in a supportive mood, you might also want to check out my Patreon link down in the description. Patrons get exclusive access to videos and content before anyone else, and you can do so for as little as $1 a month. I would really appreciate it, and until next time everyone, I've been Cape Joel, and I will continue to be making comic book videos that smack of greatness. Bye-bye, everyone.